Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing okay. Today I've got a quick one. Shower thoughts, unprepared, impromptu. Recently I've been disconnecting from technology, so places like before bed, in the morning, in the shower, that used to be places where I would instantly reach for my phone or reach for some sort of technology. It's becoming less and less the case now, and that has given me clarity of mind and the ability to be more creative and have thoughts and be more grounded. So, what I want to talk to you about today is the 3 reasons, big reasons, stopping you from making gains in the gym. Now, as you can see, I'm in good shape. Don't mean that to brag, but I have experience in the gym. Been training 5 or 6 years now. I've experimented with a lot of different variables, and there's a lot of things I can teach for those of you out there who are beginners. Now, the first one, you are not training hard enough. It sounds simple, and you know me, I'm a basic man. I like to go back to basics, and this one is so basic yet so crucial yet so neglected. Train hard. I've visited countless gyms where I just see people going through the motions, or they're on their phone in between sets, or they're not really pushing themselves. Look, now I get it. Ideally, you'd have a training partner because that definitely helps. Or you'd be in a bodybuilder's gym where everybody's training intense, which then in turn makes you train intense by extension. But it's not always the case. You've got to get into the habit of training hard. It is only through pain that we can grow. There are a number of ways you can train hard, and the underlying principle behind it is to challenge yourself just a slightly bit more than you did last time. Another permutation of training hard is where most people stop and they think they've reached failure. Is not the case. Where's your partials? Advanced training. Where's your partials? Where's your rest pause? So you finished, give it a few seconds, go for another one. Muscles, they get used to training very, very quickly, and they must be subjected to harsh punishment and hard training for your body in order for you to grow, and not for you to become complacent and then wonder why you have a lack of gains. You have to train hard. And this is something that, of course, according to my experience, I've implemented in my training journey, and I have experienced some progress from it. So that's number one, and there's a reason I started with that as the first one. Number 2, sleep. I know it sounds boring, sleep, but the amount of people who are neglectful, who are not careful, who are not tending to their sleep hygiene is shocking. Sleep is the bedrock and the foundation of a good life, of a great life, whatever you want to go into. Everything links back to sleep. It's the foundation, it's the basic. But in this context, we're referring to the gym. As we all know, or you may not be aware of, muscles grow when you rest, not when you're training. The training is where the damage happens. When you're resting is when the muscle is regenerating and growing bigger into bigger muscle fibers and that kind of thing. So if your sleep is not on point, how do you expect that to happen? You might be able to get away with it here and there, a week there, a couple hours missing there, but a consistent sleep schedule where you don't use technology before bed and you don't use technology instantly after getting out of bed, where you de-stress, where you have a conducive sleep environment, where you get enough sleep, where you're not disturbed during your sleep. Essential. Take it seriously. You might even come across as a prick to people that you're living with. Oh, get away from me, and I want to stay quiet and leave me alone and don't disturb me. Put away your phone, put away technology. Take your sleep seriously. Now, there's a sequence to this. I started off with hard training, and now I'm saying sleep. So now you're training hard, and you're getting the right amount of sleep. You've ticked off most of the boxes to extract the benefits of strength training. So sleep is essential. And if you want to read a good book on sleep, read Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, who's a sleep scientist and neuroscientist, who goes into the details of how essential sleep is. Once you realize how important it is and how foundational it is to your goals, to your life, to your health, to everything, you begin to take it seriously, and it will pay dividends, especially with your training. And the last one I chose to tell you to prevent that is stopping you from making gains is masturbation. This has become a rampant problem in our society. Unfortunately, it's become a rampant social malady, a devastating ill that is corrupting us and sapping away our life force. And listen, I don't want to get too philosophical here. And I've even watched some videos of some guys saying, oh, it doesn't really affect it that much, you can still do it. Shut up. Just shut up. If you are masturbating, if you are pleasuring yourself, if you are ejaculating, regularly or not, you are, forget putting everything away aside, which I will get into in a future video. Right now, you must know it is affecting your gains both in the short term and the long term. And I could go on about this for hours, and I don't want to. So I want to focus on a couple things. Number one, the short term. You've just masturbated. Do you think you're going to have a good training session? No. Especially compared to if you didn't masturbate. If you retained your seed and went to go and train. Big difference. Now long term. Masturbation and the consumption of pornography has been linked to likelihood of developing depression and anxiety and mental health problems and erectile dysfunction and a reduction in testosterone and all this kind of stuff. So does that sound like it's good for gains? No, absolutely not. So avoid it. Remember, we're sticking to the basics here, so a lot more about sticking to the basics in order to make those gains, in order to make those progress, and not to try to convolute and overcomplicate things. Stick to the basics and do them daily. So to reiterate, train hard. I'll leave you to figure that out, how you'll know if you're training hard or not. Train hard. And now you've trained hard, rest easy. Look after your sleep. Get quality sleep. Number 3, don't touch your willy. So, with that said, I hope you've gained some sort of value today. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you agree, if you feel like I should have added a couple more or something. But those 3 for me are quite important and the bedrock. Stick to those, along with a little sprinkle of a couple other things, and you'll be on your way to making some great gains.